Imposes their game plan on whom?
Right, it's been another rainy week in London, mercifully dry today, almost mild, reminding us that spring is not far away. England and Ireland imminent, and the next thing you'll hear will be the whistle of the Italian, Andrea Piardi. George Ford for England. And for Ireland, the first job for Stuart McCluskey. Little shift backwards for him, but no long-lasting damage. Still their ball. Fullback, Jamie Osborne. And then Gibson Park gets it away to Jack Crowley, who's starting today. And here's Jeremy Loughman. Ireland into the 22 for the first time. James Lowe! Door didn't stay open long.
A great bit of play from Ireland, and a man that questioned Andy Farrell or wanted answers from Andy Farrell.
Just the 8th time in a test match. He'd not played for a couple of years before this championship. A lot on his shoulders today.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of see with players in that age.
Now Ireland wrestling the ball back, and here's Josh van der Fleer, 77th cap for a player in his red cap. Crowley on quickly to McCluskey. Oh, and then Gibson Park, who's already injecting his energy into this Ireland team. Ringrose, bringing his style and balance and panache. And Ireland with a proper foothold here. McCarthy, England offside, Ireland penalty. They can play with all the freedom here, Ireland, knowing that the penalty's coming. Crowley with his arms out, eager for it. Maybe the kick. Instead, it's the pass to Lowe, who did well to evade Freeman. Sheehan. Ireland 6 metres out, still with the advantage. And then Doris and McCluskey and Ringrose.
No advantage, good over the on.
You look at him, he's just
ripped through.
Yeah, he's just so powerful.
But the work doesn't stop on the floor. He's ripped through. He's done that on his own. He's done it on his own. He's ripped straight in between lifter and jumper, ripped through the pod. That is explosive, and this is what it's produced. That's 4 set pieces so far. Ireland could say 3-1 up.
Jamie Osborne, Ireland's fullback. Still missing Hugo Keenan. British and Irish Lion fractured his thumb in the training camp in Portugal last month. Now then, Arundel, he had an eventful afternoon a week ago up in Edinburgh. The try and then the red card. If you're wondering why Arundel can play today, by the way, after the red, it's because it went to the big suits, went to the committee room, and they decided that a red card was enough of a punishment and he didn't need to be suspended for any further games.
Every time he touches the ball, the stadium almost draws breath, because he's like a cheat code. It's like playing Jonah Lomu back in the 90s, just hitting XXX. He just accelerates through, and just the pace he goes is incredible. Oh, that is a poor miss.
England just building, troweling down some cement for the first time, really. Ford putting it through the hands to Pollock. Tommy Freeman suggesting he might be the option on this near right-hand side. Ball pops out. Hoovered up by Hayes. England for the first time, and the crowd for the first time at least. The English in it, finding their voices. Mitchell, Pollock. He was knocked back initially by McCarthy, who was up quickly. Ford eager for it. And then Lawrence back in an England midfield, doing really well. Buffeting off green tackles. Hayes. And then Genge. He's done well to take England to within 3-4 metres. Pollock with his hands on his knees. Beyond him to Cowan-Dickie. England a dozen phases now. Ford. And Dingwall held on to. Arundel, the thread away to the left-hand side. That was beautifully read. And England chased back over the 10-metre line. Ireland's defence doing its job. Oh, England with the first serious meaty shove. Ireland did well to get it away. And then the penalty. It was rather delayed. I think it was Pierre Brousset, the French assistant on the far side, who threw a word in.
Under pressure, cranking down, far side.
Really aggressive shunt from England. Joe Hayes keeping a lovely flat back, so hard to scrummage against that. This is where the penalty was. Ellis Genge straight underneath. Tight fella, but he can't. He's not skidding towards the floor. I think it's the right call. I think Tadhg Furlong ultimately gets popped up and gets underneath him, Genge.
It's another awful kick.
Very
you wouldn't expect that.
uncharacteristic.
Well, you wouldn't expect that from him over the course of a year, let alone 2 in 15 minutes.
Jack, let's go.
Very, very uncharacteristic for someone like Judge Ford. Such a reliable figure. Just a little bit of endemic of how England are playing at the moment. Really.
Another significant test of Ireland's defence. Itoje rips his way through the middle, through the attempted tackle of Doris. Lawrence. Work of Tadhg Beirne over the top to try to slow things down. Instead, it's Freeman. Once again, released by Stewart. And then Genge hurtling himself towards the line. England as close as ever right now. Itoje. Tom Curry far right. Arundel far left. Ford keeps prodding and poking down the middle. Mitchell. Pollock. Extra ground that he makes. Mitchell, Ford on the stretch. Too much, and Ireland have it. And Lowe's in trouble. That was not a normal James Lowe kick. He's down injured. He'll need some treatment. England get another go, and this time against 14 players with Lowe down.
Use it.
And they rebuild. Pollock, oh, he very nearly caught his own kick.
Sit. Stay close to the
Gibson Park twice man of the match against England in recent years, including last year in Dublin, but that scrum starting to wobble worryingly for Ireland. McCluskey, and this is Balakoon, Rob Balakoon, fast wheels, and he does well to find the new man, Tommy O'Brien. What an impact this would be. Seconds after arriving. And Ireland have gobbled up 60 metres. This is Ryan. Crowley. Oh, nicely done with Ringrose, linking back with Crowley, who was on the old Johnny Sexton loop there. And McCarthy held on to by the fullback Stewart, and taken quickly by Gibson Park, who'll slide in. England half asleep, Ireland wide awake.
That is a nice sound in Twickenham. I might be slightly biased. But what work, the two wings combining the foot race we all hoped we'd see. Balakoon against Arundel. But look at Tommy O'Brien, 23. Look at that work rate to get into it. And the rooking here, Gary Ringrose among others, who just get that crucial clears. And Jamison Gibson Park, he has been fantastic in this opening 20 minutes. The right decisions at the right time, backs himself. That is a brilliant try from Ireland.
He's back in as a starter ahead of Craig Casey today. His last try was against England. He scores again against England. What of the conversion for Munster's Jack Crowley? He slots it. 20 minutes gone. England 0, Ireland 10. Cowan-Dickey to Itoje, bouncing ball, Mitchell. Think of words to describe England's opening quarter. Ropey would be one.
Ropey's about right.
Last weekend at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin, this to stretch the lead to 13. That remains at 10. Ford goes long with the restart. England try to pressurise with their defensive line. Crowley's kick.
Stop.
Tommy O'Brien weaving his way towards it, challenged. Stewart in the air, Gibson Park goes, but Well, in the end, I think it was the work of O'Brien. And the challenge for the ball, and that one won't count.
But you touch him in the air.
That is two players going for the ball. I watched Tommy O'Brien all the way through. He's trying to catch that. That is tough on Ireland, I think, does.
The penalty. We can argue about it long and hard, but that's what it'll tell you in the law book.
Another England set piece, doesn't happen, overthrown.
No, shoulder.
Crowley trying to connect with Balakoon. Instead it was the England winger, Arundel. And that's high, and it's an Ireland penalty. Jack Van Portfleet on for Alex Mitchell.
Just be interesting to see if that leads to a change in tactic. It didn't in Scotland, wonder if it will here.
Freeman underneath it, beaten to it by O'Brien, who's made the kind of impact that you would want to as a replacement. Crowley, and then Osborne setting it up, and then McCluskey on his way! Determined English defence, but Gibson Park held up. Has to be a try. There it is! And Rob Balakoon with one of the moments of his life. Try-scoring Six Nations debut in Dublin last weekend, and now here in London.
Stu McCluskey, what a line, what a run by him. You can just see Tadhg, look at the quality of the handling, and just have a little bit of that. Stu McCluskey pins the ears back, but look at the breakdown work from Josh van der Flier. That is the continuity piece there. Ollie Lawrence won't like seeing that one back later, but Josh van der Flier arrives, clears out, and then James Gibson Park, again, everything he touching today turning to gold.
Hang on, we've got a yellow card on the way as well. The news does not get any better for England.
We'll wait, no worries. 15, play the 9, cynical, line break.
TMO is Matteo Lipperini, and Freddie Stewart goes for stopping what would have been an obvious line break. Ireland satisfy themselves with a 15-point lead, but England are doing without Freddie Stewart at fullback. Ford and Tommy Freeman are the two players inside their own half at the moment, and they're going to have to do some defensive work, because here's Van der Flier, and he's got Gibson Park against Henry Pollock, who got back importantly for England, who are being shredded at the moment. Crowley, Balakoon, Arundel there as he needed to be. Poor Andrea's gone down. He heard it pop, he said. The knee has popped and it has gone, and he will need to be replaced, you would imagine.
It's tough for me to say that. I'm out. My quad is gone. So best of luck for the game, guys. Thanks for the 29 minutes on the clock. Thank you. Thanks.
Well, these referees work as hard as the players to get themselves match fit. They're fitter than they've ever been. Pierre Brousset, who's been the referee here recently, will be the referee here again. So he's coming off the touchline. He had the whistle against Wales. Tom Harrison, England scrum coach, offering his commiserations. And Craig Maxwell-Keys, who was the fourth official, will be a little bit busier than he was expecting to be when he woke up this morning. We'll dig into that in a minute or two. Van der Flier, Crowley. Ireland in full flow in a way that we haven't seen from them for a while. And here is Balakoon. Oh, and he's off on his own. He's got to score here. Tommy O'Brien, and Ireland in a sea of green are storming London. They've got 3 tries and 20 points.
Wow. Bob Balogun, he gets into that position, good hands in the tight quarters, and the pace from Balogun. But the hands from Caelan Doris, it turns in Dingwall. It gets him out of the defensive line, and that's the key piece there. Jack Crowley for the 2 points. Stu McCluskey, Rob Balogun, excellent examples of teams carrying their club form up to the national team.
McCluskey and Crowley and Balogun. Little attacking trio. However, Jack Van Portfleet with unlikely England ball. Lawrence, Ford, and then this is Arundel. They've not been able to tie the knots whenever they found themselves in those kinds of promising positions.
It's just a forced offload that felt right. Adrenaline was high. It wasn't on. In one sense, a let-off for Ireland that he threw it, but actually, brilliant defence from Ireland, never gave up. The initial turnover from Henry Pollock was razor-sharp on the deck, really nicely done.
Yeah, that broken...
Hayes runs into the hefty shoulder of Jeremy Loughman, and then the clear-out from the hefty McCluskey. However, that wasn't strictly legal.
It's too tempting, isn't it?
Well, the ironic cheers for George Ford, who's missed a couple of those, but this time he gets at the right side of the flag.
Well, it's a far less ambitious kick. They're still fully 10, 11 metres out. A lot of work to do. You can understand why he reined it in after missing the first couple.
Another England line-out has gone missing, but there was Irish skullduggery pulling down English arms in the middle of all that.
All very welcome to get up and compete, but you can't grab an arm, you can't hook an arm. Sometimes it's just unavoidable, I think, because you swing your arm in towards the ball and it just goes in between your opposite number's arms. James Ryan goes up, yeah, he's actually grabbed an arm, he's got nowhere near the ball. Easy call, actually.
Atoje, this one works, that's nicely done. Curry to George! Oh, it was Balogun there who got his body in the way importantly. And then the roar on the floor from the bloke in the blue cap, Tygburn.
The old front peel never works till it works.
6-2 split, things aren't going. You have to be able to be willing to make big calls, and you got to make them.
Smith's gone to fullback, he might be involved shortly here. Dingwall and Ford. Arundel. England searching for some consolation, some warmth to take back with them at half-time. England advantage. Chesham, but again, Ireland's defence ferocious. Genge charging onto it, beyond him. Ford goes, wrapped up importantly by Sheehan. But again, England within 5 metres. Now, what of Smith? First run with the ball for him. He's held on to by Van der Fleer. Lays it back for Van Portfleet. Byrne was up. England with the advantage. Ford. And then here goes Freeman. England still can't make those final few inches. Maybe Hayes. Maybe Chesham. Van Portfleet stumbling over legs, but he's there now. The Twickenham roars. Smith, and England score just before half-time. Fraser Dingwall. How they needed that. Some hope. But there's some work to do for them in this second half. However, Fraser Dingwall finally.
Far more like it from England. Stuart McCluskey just steps out of line and gives George Ford, one of the masters of the delayed pass, a chance to give one. Marcus Smith does the same a couple of seconds later, and that defence that's largely stayed on its feet and not tried to turn over ball at the breakdown from Ireland gives way, is imperfect, bit of fatigue, 40 minutes in. Ford and then Smith find the runners in the holes.
And George Ford's conversion. Well, the job of trying to sum that 40 minutes up will go to Brian and Rory and Johnny very shortly. We've lost 4 players who started the match. We've lost a referee. Most importantly, we've had 3 Ireland tries, and most lately 1 for England. Half-time at the Allianz Stadium. England 7, Ireland 22. Yeah, and let's try and frame what we may or may not see over this second half. England have never come back from 15 points down at half-time to win a test. Ireland have never lost a half-time lead this big before in the championship. That's where we are. That's what Ireland have to hold. That's what England are trying to scrap for. And Jack Crowley, who has been fabulous so far for Ireland, having been brought in ahead of Sam Prendergast at 10.
Use it.
Gets us going, and Ben Earl, a dozen carries in the first half, clocking up his 13th. Stuart McCloskey, by the way, Ireland's heftiest carrier so far with 8. We've seen that with our own eyes. He has been big as well. Caelan Doris, the captain. Furlong to the other front row Lockman, and that was painful.
That is fine for me.
Curry slow to get back to his feet. Pain was inflicted. Meantime, on we go. Crowley. Ireland's fullback, Jamie Osborne chasing. Ireland have done so well aerially so far today.
They really have. I think George Ford tripped over Joe Hayes then, as he was going to compete from that.
Oh, and this is Doris, and Ireland looking for more. Straightens things up, sets the platform. Ireland can go either way. They go to the left, and here is the track to McCluskey. Ireland going for the bonus point. Gibson Park! Nearly the perfect start to this second half. England concede the penalty. And it looks as if it'll be a yellow. And in his first start, a test yellow for England's Henry Pollock. Meantime, the tap and go, and Sheehan, Furlong, Doris goes the other way, Ireland go the other way. McCluskey fed by Gibson Park. A 4th try on the table here, a bonus point securing try. Sheehan! And this Irish day gets better and better and better, and what a night they are building towards.
England just ran out of defenders around the breakdown there. You can see Dan Sheehan opted to not try to dive over the or jump over the try line this time. He'd taken that, the change in the point of contact. You can see Jeremy Loughman clearing out, and there's just space there for Dan Sheehan to just get over. But really good, efficient breakdown work from Ireland. Strong carries, strong clears, and England just run out of defenders there, and that's a really important try.
And Crowley makes sure that it's a 7-point score, and that lead. England with a full line out. 8-9 metres short, taken by Chesham. Jamie George gets his head down, gets his feet moving. Van Poortvliet comes in, wonders when he might need it. Doesn't need it at all just yet. Ryan being spat out the back. Now it's Van Poortvliet. Oh, he went under the referee, and very nearly Gibson Park. Earl. Freeman wanders away to the right. Hayes goes the other way. Van Poortvliet, Ford now sprinting to the left, but the ball was slow to follow him. So Hayes and Genge resets.
I will explain. We've got a croc roll by 16 wide, and a 9 there, so I will back because it's full play. So croc roll, 16.
Croc roll.
For the old knees, so it's not allowed. Gibson Park gets himself in a lovely position.
Okay. Time off. 6.
That's marginal, I'd say, Gordon. What do you think?
Probably a little bit lucky it's moved on. There wasn't a dangerous hit in it, but yeah, wouldn't have said that was an ability to wrap.
Anyway, England on the attack with Lawrence, who was the subject of the hit. Ford, fast feet. Pollock even faster, opening up here for England. Pollock out of the back door. Freeman wrestling for all his worth. Ireland again full-on defence. Bevanrod only on a matter of minutes. England over the line. Van Portfleet, he spins it out. Ford, England surely. Lawrence! Still hope, still the sound of English voices. It'll be some comeback. Do they have time? And Ireland are down to 14 themselves now.
Talk about the shifting of momentum. Really, really good, clean set-piece ball from England. Big carry up the middle from Ollie Lawrence. He got hammered a couple of phases ago, but that was big. That was a comeback carry. He ends up finishing it off.
Smith. Dingwall, Earls lost it. Picked up by Timoney.
First no call, second one. Back.
Ireland scrum, who will be happy just to calm things down a little, from what you smell.
Advantage, red flag, with 16.
Ireland with the penalty. They've done well just to put a lid on England as they battle down a man. Gordon. One of the most points Ireland have ever scored here 4 years ago. 32 on their way to victory. This to equal that record. Ireland have never scored more in southwest London. Into the final quarter. Running into English shoulders. Gibson Park's kick. Oh, and Balakoon got there first, but he only found Rod, who finds Ford, his Sale clubmate. And Ireland try to keep him off the ground, and if they do it long enough, they'll win the ball back. And the primeval roar of Tyburn.
So in Dingwall, but McCluskey's in the way. The defence is up. Time running out.
Well, he's got a dodgy knee or whatever, but there's nothing wrong with his celebrating. James Lowe.
Yeah, short of having a Guinness in his hands.
Alex Coles. Well, moves a little bit closer to engage himself. Dingwall, Smith, and this is Pollock, and options here, and Freeman with a run for the line. It's Balakoon coming across, and Balakoon who does the job.
That's when the two speedsters collide. That's unbelievable work from Rob Balakoon. Look at where he is, the top of your picture there. He comes out of the camera. Look at the passing from England, as good as crisp as he can want. He's probably beaten Tommy O'Brien. Rob Balakoon, that is what effort looks like.
Towards halfway.
Stop.
Crowley. Arundel outside the 22, so he can't call the mark, so Balakoon can smother him, and Ireland can invest green numbers. But there were just enough white ones there. Freeman. And Ireland have never scored this many points at Twickenham, at the Allianz Stadium, 35 of them. How do you feel about that?
Look for space deep in the field, but yet Jack Crowley has been really composed. Exactly what Ireland needed all day today.
Dingwall, held on to by Osborne. It's lost again. Once more, loose English knots at the breakdown, and Gibson Park hustling after this. Marcus Smith looking in his wing mirror. Oh, and he was chased hard by Timoney. And Ireland have it. There's a hunger about this Ireland team that England just cannot match right now. Gibson Park, options to the left. One of them is Stuart McCluskey. And then Gibson Park goes again, very nearly creeping under England's radar. Kelleher, ball that wasn't overly obedient, but he did just enough to bring it under control. Prendergast. Byrne looks eager. Instead, he leaves it for Kelleher. England offside. Ireland again threatening, as they have all match. Look at James Ryan waiting for it. Behind him, however, Gibson Park spreads it. McCluskey. This is Frawley. Crowley, initially outnumbered, did well and not the best of passes, but Timoney was there. And the ground that Nick Timoney makes. Balakoon screaming for it on this right-hand side. And now the fullback, Osborne! There haven't been many days in this old place when it's felt better to be Irish.
Just fantastic from Jamie Osborne and fantastic from Ireland. It's relentless power. It's a steadfast refusal to die with the ball. The confidence and the skill level and the fitness and the intensity to keep that ball alive. And everybody hitting to hurt, everybody running to break tackles. Continuity, power on a different level today. 40 points at the Allianz. England fans looking to beat the traffic. Ireland are good for it.
Time for the pub, time for the sun, the White Cross, the Trafalgar. Anything but this, if you're English.
England have been blasted today. Those four guys have been fantastic. Gordon, do you know who's going to win it? Not telling you.
Osborne, the fullback, still Ireland hungry. Crowley, oh, intercepted by Marcus Smith. How much does he have left in those legs? Look at McCluskey charging back. Goodness me, if one moment sums up a player's match, that does for the magnificent Stuart McCluskey.
Brian O'Driscoll talked at half-time about being disappointed at how hard England were running backwards when breaks had been made. We talked about Rob Balakoon. Now keep your eyes on Stuart McCluskey, all, 105, 110 kilos of him, 73 minutes in. He's had a fantastic game, and how about that, Das?
Love it, absolutely love it. What Paul O'Connell called them the zero talent moments. That is just dropping it into second and going as hard as you can. He is blowing a gasket, but that just shows he is not going to waste 1 minute of international rugby. Fair play to McCluskey.
Well, England have it off the Doris mistake, and Pollock fed by George.
Advantage.
England penalty.
That's what it is.
But more than 5 minutes to go. Van Poorfleet, Coles runs into Byrne. Ford, Lawrence. And that's gone forwards. It's 13 England handling errors.
Use it.
Lawrence. Underhill and Ford. England still a couple of tries short of what would be a try-scoring bonus point. And they've got another penalty. As Ireland dig in illegally, and maybe Underhill. Has he been turned on his back? Oh no! Somehow managed to smuggle it down, and it was seen by Pierre Brousset and Sam Underhill. 49 tests worth of experience has given England some hope of at least a losing bonus point.
Does well to get it down. Big carry from Ollie Lawrence, massive carry from Ollie Lawrence. In the end, Timoney does well to stop him, but it's just fast ball and power from England, nothing too complicated. Underhill does really well to get this down. It looked from every angle other than that he'd been held up. Quite had the cohesion and the invention to really challenge Ireland beyond the physical.
Ford linking up with Dingwall, and Freeman comes in. England still striving for that fourth try that would at least win them a bonus point. Pepper. 81st minute. Ireland have, well, they've done enough a long time ago. They've done enough now. All Ireland. They have never, ever had a day like this in this part of the world. A record win in London. Biggest points margin, the most ever points. And England have lost at the Allianz Stadium for the first time since the autumn of 2024, when South Africa came to town and won. A run of 9 home wins in a row over 15 months, sent skyward by this magnificent Ireland team. England undone, hollowed out, Ireland brilliant. England 21, Ireland 42.